Hey, fellow gamers, it's Cozy Mel here with another video for you, and we are getting ready to go in to the actual Temple of the Flames. And it's right here in this area of Bahari Bay. So we're over in Bahari Bay. We're not in Kilima. So you come over to the other map. And I am on a very low level character. I would say she might be 30 something, yeah, level 34. So this is a very low level character. So if you just started, say, on Switch or something, it doesn't matter if you haven't been playing for 6 months. Once you get your glider, you will be able to do the 3 temples. And you actually do the first temple while getting your glider. So you are ready to start doing the temples if you would like to. So the people that are doing the temples will give you quests. They'll either come in the mail or they'll come by your house or they'll talk to you in town, that kind of thing. These are little left behind computer things that humans left behind 10,000 years ago, and they will give you little hints about what's going on in here. We have Sifu and Halcyon for this journey, and we have already done a bunch of things beforehand to get a key ready, and you'll get those quests from Halcyon, Sifu, Ziki, and then back to Sifu, and then she'll send you here. So we're going to see if they're ready to adventure, and he's going to tell us that Tao ran ahead, and I'll tell him I can, solve the puzzle and we'll get in because I think I can. Okay, if you are standing here on the steps and you look up, you will see that there looks like a symbol of a table, maybe looking like the next symbol up above is a man, like a standing man. And then the final symbol is almost like an X. So we are going to shoot the braziers in that order in order to get in. So we will inspect and then we will shoot. So let's see. The one that kind of looked like a table was this one. So we'll get out our bow, shoot that. Then we're going to shoot the man. There's the man. Then we're going to shoot the one that kind of looks like an X. That's this one. And there we go. Now the temple is going to open up. So you have this kind of beautiful cutscene that you already saw something like this when you went into the Temple of the Waves, the water temple with Gina and Hekla. So you kind of know they have a nice, beautiful cutscene, and in you go, and you are at the temple. Now, there are some treasure chests in here, but I'm probably not going to go get them all today. There are a lot of great videos out there for how to do that. I can show you that there is a treasure right here that you can pick up. It's 5 gold, so that's why I'm not wasting your time really. Then there's another one straight across on that rock over there. That one has 5 heat root in it. And so, it can be kind of good to get the heat root because you will need it later when it's time to go to the Vault of the Flames and start filling out your bundles. If you ever played Stardew Valley, you know what a bundle is. And so that's one of the things that you might have to do. Now, I think there's another, well, no, there might not be another chest in this room. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But anyway, if you fall in, don't worry about it. It just sends you back to where you were. And these doors are kind of odd. It's like sometimes you can read something on them. Sometimes, you can shoot them with an arrow, but they aren't really going to take you anywhere. They just are going to give you clues about what you need to do to open the next part of the temple, because there's always just so many parts of the temples. And all of them tend to involve little puzzles. And, you know, every time you want to go in to the next part, like we're in the exterior chamber now of this next part of the temple, you're always going to have to solve something. So in here, we've got a fire going over here. We have a phoenix statue over here. Those are almost always going to want you to read them. So you would read them, and it talks about light and flame. After you read it, you could talk to Sifu and ask her if you can use her torch. So hopefully she can give us a torch. And I'll let you read all of the dialogue because you're going to learn a lot more about Hassian and his mother, Sifu, when you read all of the dialogue, and you'll learn a lot about the past. So she's going to give us the torches that we need. And once we have the torches, we will light them at different braziers throughout the temple. So we're going to go up to this first one and push up and light our torch. That way we can go to this light and we can light this light up, and that's going to open the door. And here we are at our first maze. Now inside the maze, you should be able to find another place to light a torch. And you will find also a treasure chest at some location. And then there's also these little computer diaries to read. And mostly they're talking about the maze. So you're going to look different ways to kind of see how to make your way through. And those are just trying to, well, trip you up or get you to the right places where you will find the actual brazier to light your torch and then find your way to get to the other side. So we don't have to go this way. I never can remember these things. So the first time doing them, I'm always just going every way that I can go. Okay, so we got here and we can light our torch. And that's required because you will not be able to open the door that you get to when you climb up. Now here you can see that you need to climb up, but you'll hit your head on a ceiling. So just go past it and then turn around and come back. Jump up, and then you can climb on this side. And then you're gonna fly. Well, I was gonna fly over. You'll find out after watching me. I'm so bad at this. You can't possibly be worse than me at getting this crap done. I'm telling you, there's just no way. So sometimes if I know that it's like a really hard part and I'm going to miss a whole bunch of times, I'll just like, you know, pause. But I found out I don't need my glider. So that's what I was doing wrong. Some places you need your glider, some places you don't. The only way to find out if you need it or not is to either use it or don't use it. Because that's how you find out. Unfortunately. Okay, so I think if you go that way, you'll find a treasure chest. And this way, we're going to go, well, it might be down here. I'll see if I can get to it. The treasure chest, if you do get to it, you have to come back all the way around to this side again. So I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to go ahead and light the brazier and open the door. I can always come back through here. Okay, great. Another maze. Oh boy. So we will see which way we have to turn and go to get through this maze. It's always a, you know, big surprise if I make it through the first time I try. But the main thing is that you do have to find the brazier. Ah, there it is. So even if you go the correct way the first time and make it all the way to the puzzle, it won't do you any good because you do have to get the light from the brazier. And little treasure chest, fireworks. And I think we have to go back. That part was just for the fireworks. No, I don't know how important it is to look at that little computer disk. It may not even be that important. Okay, so we're going to want to find a way to get up. Let's check it out over here. And there's a small grate like the one we jumped over for the treasure chest. And this isn't climbable, but if you turn your head around this way, this is climbable, and I don't see anything above us. So I think we should be able to make it up here. Hmm. And where do we go from here? Oh, I bet there is another set of climbing if we jump across. So we'll see if we can get a little closer by going up this set without falling off and starting over. Oh, goody. Yeah, it's another one of those areas where you have to jump face first, smash your face into it, and we did light the torch when we were going through the maze, so we should be able to light the brazier. Okay, whew. In again. Oh boy, more maze. Well, that's just the way it is. There is a treasure chest. Oh goodness. If we want to try to get it, the problem is trying not to climb the wall. I know that sounds crazy, but it's difficult to get up and next to a wall like this without accidentally starting to climb it. And that can get really dicey to get down off of without falling into the lava. Okay, so we're gonna try jumping over there and then going up and over and seeing if we can make it. Okay, so I didn't record the 3 or 4 times I fell trying to jump from the platform that you can see right in the middle to that little square that you see straight below me. That's the only difficult jump, and I missed a couple of times just because my I didn't open my glider at exactly the right time. It's sort of a little bit of a tricky timing thing, but you guys are way better at this than I am, so I'm sure you're not going to have any trouble. Anyway, you finally get past that and you climb halfway up here, and then you stop and light your torch, climb the rest of the way up, and you will be in here, and you can light the brazier. And then you can go up to the door. And it's a mural depicting 2 lifelong friends reunited once again. When you read it, and there's also a little story about the Kitsu and how you don't see them very often these days. But they are kind of shy, and they do run away and hide. And that's all that you had to do up here. So really, it was a lot of jumping and climbing. And basically, you had to light this brazier and go over and read the inscription. And that was kind of the end of that. Not sure I see a really good place to jump, so I guess we'll just wait. Okay, we made it all the way back to Hassian. and he thinks we've accomplished something. And he heard a noise back in the main room. And I'll say, but I didn't find how. And he said, it doesn't matter. We'll just go ahead and do the next thing in the other room. And hopefully we will find, Tao waiting for us at the end of that. Because who's a good boy? Oh, Tao. Anyway, we can go see that Sifu and Hasian have moved on down to this room. And now we can see that this is the same mural that we uncovered upstairs when we were doing the big long maze. And it's kind of like that. It's sort of a big temple, but there's not a lot of things to do in the big room. It feels like you're always just kind of walking around and meeting people and chatting with them, between Hassian and Sifu. And again, he's saying the braziers must connect to something. So there must be another puzzle, and maybe it's something to do, with the murals or something to do with the kitsu. And you can answer whatever way you want to answer. But what you will need to do is these glowing spots up here that are like urns. You're going to want to light those fires. And I think, if I remember, it is 1, 3, 4, 2. Let's see if that works. Okay, so we would go over here. I don't know how good a shot I am. Guess we'll find out. So there's 1 and it lights. We'll skip 2. And we will go up here and light number 3. And then light number 4. Those are both lit. And then I think we go back and light number 2. And if there's a way to mess it up, I usually find it. So hopefully there's not a way to mess it up. Okay. So the braziers have all been lit. I guess we will see. And in we go. So we have made it into another mysterious chamber. Whew. This temple does seem to go on and on and on. Now, when you inspect this and read it, it says you're going to have to take a big leap of faith. Well, to me, I kind of looked at it and thought, leap of faith? Tao is over there. The Kitsu is over there. I'm probably going to just go. Oh, I thought I could jump maybe and go across, but apparently we have a secret bridge. The Kitsu saw us and ran away and hid. But once you finish your bundles in the Vault of the Flames, you will get this nice rock garden, and you can have it at your house, out in your yard. And once a day, like around midnight or something, the Kitsu will show up. And whenever you see the Kitsu sitting in it, he'll get afraid and he'll jump down and run into the hole at the bottom, but he'll leave you a present. It might be 3 fur, or, who knows. 3 chop a hide, but okay, so we've got a puzzle. Oh, that again. You've seen one of these before in the other temples. And I guess, see if I can try to not mess this up too badly. I think I'm going to move that first one to the right. And then maybe I'll try up and to the right with that one. Then maybe I can go down and left. Let's see. How do I want to do this? think, I'll check this way about, okay, so maybe A, and then if this is the top of the tail, A again. There we go. Okay. So in the vault, you can see the pink where your water waves temple was already lit up. Now you see pink because your flames or fire temple is lit up because you've completed the puzzle. And that's the two-tailed Kitsu. So there's, I'm sure, other ways to put the puzzle together to make it work. I kind of just slide as few as I can. Hasian says, you did it. And he still wonders why there's a Kitsu here. And I don't know what to say back to him. Maybe it's connected to the constellation puzzle. I don't know. So anyway, the constellation that we saw is over in the vault, and we can go over there. That's in Kilima, kind of close to the farm. It's between Gina's tent and the farm. And he says that we can leave now. And I say, okay, can you get me out of here? And he says, sure. And I say, well, then send me back to Bahari, because why would I walk if he can magically send me? Because I already walked all the way back to talk to him after going through all those mazes. There should have been a back to Hasyan button after all those mazes. But here we are, and we are back in Bahari Bay, and now we're going to just go back over to Kilima, and can show you where the vault is. I'm sure you already know, but we'll go back and take a look. Over here in Kilima, I can show you on the map where I am. This is Kilima Village, and we're right here in Kilima. This is the farm, Leafhopper Hills. Up here are the Mirror Pond ruins, and there is a tent over here that Hecla and Gina live in. And so between the tent and the farm, there's a little road that goes right into this cliff. And that's where the vault is. So you can see that's Mirror Pond that way. That's the farm that way. And this is the little road that you go straight ahead to go into the vault. And the vault is where you will complete bundles. Now, the bundles in this game, they do give you some good prizes for personal use. You know, there are going to be some things that you would be very glad that you got. But at the same time, they're not quite as ginormous in scope as, say, Stardew Valley, where you might complete a bundle and it makes an entire railroad to a whole new town. It's not like that. So don't feel like you have to spend every minute of your night and day trying to complete the bundles. Just complete them as you play the game. But here we are. This is our Kitsu. This is our vault. And these are the things that we will be collecting. So these, you know, sunfish, ray, sturgeon, dawn ray, you will find out by looking. You just mouse over it. And it says it's Kilima Rivers using worms, okay? This one, just, you know, all you do is mouse over it. Kilima Rivers using glowworms in the morning and daytime. So not at night. You know, I mean, there will be a hint next to each one of these. What I did was I took pictures with my cell phone of each one, and then that way I could remember what it was I was looking for. These are the Ember Seekers bundle medallions. There's loads of videos out there already on where the medallions are, where they're located, and where to find them. If you want me to, I will also do a video about that. These are the bugs that you have to get, and where the bugs can be found. And this should be food, I think. Yes, and so this is the food bundle. And like I said earlier, you will need 5 heat root. And one of the treasure chests in the temple did have heat root in it, but it wasn't one that we found. So, and the only one of these things that's super, super rare is Dari cloves. They only show up once or twice a day over in Bahari Bay. but you will eventually find one. And sometimes people call them out. So that's kind of it. That's all you have to know about that. So I am, a fairly low level character, and I have already opened up this fish bundle. That's from the Temple of the Waves. This one is Temple of the Flames. It's the Kitsu. And this one is Temple of the Gales. It is the bird. Say it's the bird. So we're doing pretty good on opening them up. That's all there is to open in the game right now. Sometime in the next couple of months, I'm sure they will open this final one. And it looks to me, I don't know what it might be that we have not done yet, but uh, I'm sure it'll be something interesting. It looks like it's maybe up in the mountains. Who knows? But anyway. So that will be the next temple, and that'll come up sometime, down the road. But so far, we have access to 3 temples, and you can do the quest to open them on even a low level character. You just need to have finished like a bird, which is the quest to get your glider. So once you've done that, you're good to go. And that's it. And I hope you will like and subscribe and ring that bell and check out all my other videos. And I will hopefully see you in the next one.